In this week's Parshas Beshalach, Shabbos Shira, we have the beautiful song of As Yashir, which Klal Yisrael sang on the way out of Mitzrayim through the Yam Suf. And there's one pasuk there that seems a little out of place. The pasuk says, Zeh Keli Vanveu. This is my God, and I will beautify him. The Gemara in Shabbos Daf Kuflam and Gimel explains that this is where we get the concept of Hider Mitzvah from. That the fact that we have all these mitzvahs that we pay for with our own money, tefillin, talis, mezuzah, esrig, sukkah, all these things that we buy, we could buy for cheaper. You could be yotze with a $50 esrig, the mitzvah of shaking lulav and esrig on Sundays. But if you buy a $300 esrig, it's so much more beautiful. You're doing something called Hider Mitzvah. You're beautifying the mitzvah, and Hashem loves that. You could buy tefillin for under $1,000. But if you buy beautiful batim, beautiful parshas, beautiful ritzuas, and you spend over $2,000, it's so much more beautiful than mitzvah. But the question is, why is it dafka in Az Yashir that we learn this concept of Hider Mitzvah? What's the shaykhs? What's the connection to Shir Sayam? What does beautifying a mitzvah have to do with crossing through the Yam Suf? So I heard from Rabbi Zeiger, B'Shem Tzvi Cheshen from Eretz Yisrael, a beautiful, beautiful explanation. He says that the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos says that there wasn't just one nace of Klal Yisrael having the Yam split for them, and that was it. He says the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos says there were 10 nisim that happened al Yam Suf. I'm not going to go into each one of them, but just a couple of examples. The water became a tent over their head, so they didn't have to. So they were protected from all the elements. The ground became smooth surface, so that it wasn't muddy and they didn't have to trudge through the Yam Suf. They could walk as if they were on plain land, on Yabasha. The question is, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do all this? What was the purpose? Klal Yisrael knew that the Mitzrayim were chasing after them, and they were drowning behind them in the Yam Suf. All Klal Yisrael needed and would have been happy with was just split the Yam and let's get out of here. Let's get to the other side. End of story. What do they need all these extra miracles for that weren't even necessary? They were redundant. They were superfluous. Sense of Tzvi Cheshen, that showed HaKadosh Baruch Hu's love for Klal Yisrael. Hashem could have said, yeah, you know what, I'll just take them out, split the Yam, end of story. But each and every detail of making it easier and better for Klal Yisrael, they didn't have to trudge through the mud. Yeah, would Klal Yisrael minded if it was a little muddy? Nah. But now that it's such a beautiful, easy, smooth walk, it made it even better. That's Hider Mitzvah. That's what Hashem wanted to portray to Klal Yisrael. I love you so much. I want the best for you. I want to take you out of Mitzrayim. Let me do it in the best way possible. When you give a gift to your wife, and you give her a piece of jewelry, a necklace, you don't just say, oh, here's a necklace, pull it out of your pocket, here you go. You put it in a beautiful box, you wrap it in a beautiful wrapping with a bow, you write a card with it. Same thing with the chassan package. When a kala gives a package to their chassan, just to say, okay, here's your towels bags, here's your towels. Most people want to have it wrapped up beautifully to present it. That's showing the extra love, the extra care. That's Hider Mitzvah. It's beautifying it, making it so beautiful and exciting. And that's why it was Dafka and Shir Sayam where we learned how to do mitzvah. Because that's what Hashem did for us. And we want to do Hider Mitzvah back to Him to beautify all His mitzvahs. May we be zeichet to a beautiful, beautiful Shabbos.